Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua Arce, Joshua Reviews Movies and More, and today I have a DC related video for you all. I know it's been a while since I've made a news video, and that's mainly because they're like a lot of work, and especially in terms of editing. Editing is definitely a hassle and a pain up my rear end, but I also love it at the same time because it's a pastime and I can actually just chill and relax. But today we're going to be talking about Superman. Its box office predictions, when the final cut of the movie will be actually turned in, Superman promo, new looks of the film, and the character. But besides that, we're just going to be getting into this. I'm really trying not to make this a long video, but we're going to see how it goes. If you all could please do me a favor, please subscribe. That would be amazing. In this video, we're also going to be talking about McGuire's pitch for Superman for Henry Cavill's Man of Steel 2, which would have been really fun, I think, to see on the big screen. But besides that, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. We're going to go ahead and talk about the box office predictions and see how that's going to go down, and hopefully this movie turns out to be really good. I've had my hopes sort of in the backseat for a little bit about this movie. I've not been a huge fan of the decisions Gunn has made over there at DC Studios over the past few years, but I am still intrigued about this movie because Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. Let's go ahead and talk about this box office stuff. So, it is being reported that Superman is early tracking to earn $154 million to $175 million on its domestic box office opening weekend, potentially being the highest of 2025 and becoming by far the biggest ever for a Superman film. This is coming from Box Office Theory, and if we actually put this into perspective, I think if this does actually happen, then the movie will go on to do very well in the box office. But also at the same time, things were said like this about The Flash, about Shazam! Fury of the Gods, about many other DC movies in the past, and they all went on to flop at the box office. So I really hope that whoever's doing these predictions are really looking at the math and making sure that they're putting out accurate numbers and accurate predictions. At the end of the day, they are predictions and assumptions, but if you're going to put something like this out into the world, it really needs to be top-notch information, because you can't be getting people's hopes up and then the film end up being a big blob of Hollywood slop and it, bomb at the box office like The Flash did, and us not see Superman for a very long time. It could potentially damage the reputation of this character forever. So let's not get everyone's hopes up yet, but if this does happen, I'll be very happy. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to redo this whole second half of the video because the audio sucked, and I didn't realize that until I was editing, and halfway through editing, I just realized, screw it, I'm going to redo the whole second half of this thing because it just wasn't cutting it for me. Speaking of cut, we are going to talk about James Gunn delivering his final cut of Superman, and I have the image pulled up right here, so let's go ahead and talk about it. James Gunn is set to deliver a final and locked cut of Superman by next Friday. That will be 5 weeks before its July 11th release date. It is said to be a major sign of studio satisfaction. This is coming from The Hollywood Reporter. So, what this means is it is totally normal. Everyone keeps on asking everyone who's reporting this, is it normal for a director to be handing in a final cut of a movie like this late? And the answer is yes. Everyone on these teams and studios want to make sure that the VFX right, the music is in the right place, the emotional beats are hitting right exactly where they're supposed to be. It is essentially just people making sure that the movie is what they want it to be, and they're taking as much time as they can, and this is fine. And if Gunn is going to be delivering his final cut by next Friday, by all means, hallelujah. And we're going to be hopefully getting the best possible version of the movie we can. Why? Because it's needed. And if Gunn thinks it's needed, then that's what we should be saying. Okay, yep, nope, let's do that. And not delivering a mid-lackluster movie with very lackluster VFX and things like that. So hopefully this is the right decision, and Gunn is taking his time, and he's being very, very responsible with this movie, as any director should with any movie. Anyway, I also wanted to talk about the new looks that we've been getting for Superman, because I think it is genuinely mind-boggling how we are getting these spectacular images like this one you see on screen now. But it wasn't our first look at the suit. I think it is so unbelievably mind-boggling that Gunn would release that first image we got instead of whatever we've been getting recently. Like, the first look that we got was so unbelievably bad. It was bad. It was really bad. And you can see here in this other image, like, David is embodying the role of Superman, and yet that wasn't our first look at the suit. It's really stupid. It really is. So James Gunn, if you're watching, please, for the love of God, do not do this with Supergirl. Like, actually give us a good look at the suit whenever you reveal her suit. Please. Just, please. That's all we ask. Please. All we're doing is just asking for you to make better decisions in the future in regards to freaking superhero suit reveals. It's really not that hard, dude. We also got some new promotional images and videos of David Cornsweet in the suit as Superman. And this is David going around the set, hanging around with the kids that are obviously going to be involved with the film. And this man needs to be done justice in this movie. I really, really hope that all of this pays off. I really wanted to see Zack Snyder fulfill and finish his vision at DC. But we didn't get that, and we're getting this. So now I really, really hope that they do David justice in this character and in this suit, because he embodies this role so well, and the kids on set literally think he is Superman. So I just hope that this movie is everything that Gunn has made it out to be. Hope, optimism, living in a world that maybe isn't so hopeful and bright, you know? Like, I need this to be everything Gunn has been talking about in regards to Superman, because it has to be. And if it isn't, I'm going to be pissed. And I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to trust that man ever again. Granted, I don't now. That man has personally, in my eyes, lied a lot since being at DC. And he needs to really up himself and become the man in charge and make sure that these movies are being the best versions of themselves that they can be, because it is necessary. Like, we need the best possible writers, directors, freaking music composers, everything in regards to a movie. We need to have the best hands-on deck help, because this is DC we're talking about. And with Zack, you can tell, although it wasn't really resonating with some fans, Zack was still 100% true to what he was doing, and he was taking care of it, and he was putting in so much love and effort into those movies. And I want to see the same thing with Gunn. I really want to see him make sure that he's doing the best possible things he can for these characters. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about here is we're going to be talking about Christopher McQuarrie's pitch for Man of Steel 2, which is, in my eyes, really interesting and really cool. So, Christopher McQuarrie went on the Happy Sack Confused podcast with Josh Horowitz. By the way, shout out to Josh. Such an amazing interviewer. Asks really, really fulfilling and awesome questions. And he was able to get this out of McQuarrie, which is awesome. In regards to his Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill. Now, a lot of fans on Twitter were obviously taken by storm, and was like, well, we should have just had Zack Snyder come back and do Man of Steel 2. Why are we having Christopher McQuarrie talk about a Man of Steel 2? It should have been Zack. I honestly do not care who it was who directed Man of Steel 2. All I know is that we would have had it by now had it not been the whole regime change and Gunn coming in and whatever. It would have already been in theaters now, guys. Like, we would have already had it probably on streaming platforms. Like, I really, really, really hope that this whole new universe works out, because I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't. Because this whole pitch here sounds amazing. And Warner Brothers, if you're listening, David Zaslav, if you're listening, judging based off what McQuarrie has said in this interview about his Man of Steel 2 pitch, y'all are idiots for not taking it. I mean, it is literally $1 billion. Boom, right there, done. Like, so he went on to say that he included Green Lantern in his pitch for Man of Steel 2. And he went on to say, quote, I suddenly realized how they had amazing similarities, which also allowed for amazing conflict and amazing universe-expanding resolution. Again, this is coming from an interview with Josh Horowitz. He also went on to say that he had a 5-minute sequence similar to Pixar's Up, showing what makes Superman tick. Hope, optimism. Basically what Henry Cavill had been asking for years, ever since taking on the mantle. But Snyder had a different vision for the character and was taking a little longer to get to that. Had Christopher McQuarrie taken the character, we would have gotten it in Man of Steel 2. And I really, 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 really wish to see this one day. Even Christopher McQuarrie said that everything's right there in place, ready to go. All it is we're just waiting for it to get made. Like, I really, really hope that we get this one day. Because it's going to be so cool. I mean, Christopher McQuarrie coming and doing Man of Steel 2 and having Green Lantern. And I think it was even rumored that Tom Cruise was going to be like his Green Lantern, like, or at least that was the theory roaming around out there, and that would have been awesome. I really would have loved to see Tom Cruise in the DC universe. That would have been amazing. Obviously, y'all should go check out Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Heard that's awesome. I personally haven't watched any of the Mission Impossible movies, but I've heard that it's great, so go watch it. But in regards to, Cavill, he is my favorite Superman besides Tyler Hoechlin. And I really hope that David becomes my new favorite. And if he doesn't, I'm going to be really upset, because this isn't what I asked for. This isn't what a lot of fans asked for. So I'm really hoping that it all pays off. But yeah, man, let's just hope and pray that all of this works out for the better, because it should. It really should. Anyway, I also want to talk about one last thing, which is Zack Snyder himself, alongside Jim Lee. And this sparked a lot of attention online, because a lot of fans, including myself, have been asking DC Comics to please make a Snyderverse tie-in comic so that we can get a conclusion to Zack's story. And I personally think that if we keep this connection, right, if Zack keeps this connection with Jim Lee, and he keeps his relationship with DC and Gunn, and he maintains that fine line of respect and boundaries, then I think we can get a conclusion one day. And I hope that it is in a tie-in comic, or an animated show, or animated series, or live action series, or movie. I just want it to be done, man. I just want him to get his final hoorah, per se, and be able to be done with it. Like, I love those movies, and I will always love those movies no matter what anyone says. I don't really care how you feel about it, right? And how you feel how Zack tackled those characters. I liked it. I loved it. It was awesome, in my opinion, right? I thought it was pure cinema. And I really wanted to see it continue, but it is what it is. And I hope Gunn does the best that he can, and I wish him all the best. But also at the same time, I also want him out of DC, and I want Zack back. So it's kind of like 50-50. And Gunn gave me some of my favorite movies ever with the Guardians movies. But that also had the team and people like Kevin Feige looking over it and things like that. Now it is Gunn and Gunn only, with only him at the helm. He's the head of the studio. He's the one writing and directing. It's all on him. Kevin Feige isn't there for him to take the blame. It's all on Gunn. So I hope that Gunn really realizes what he's getting himself into, because it's a lot, and if he doesn't succeed, it's gonna damage his career like crazy. And I mean like crazy. Anyway, I will catch you all in the next video. Take care and peace. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about this news. I will talk to you all in the next video. More videos coming soon. Movie reviews have kind of taken a backseat, mainly because YouTube hasn't been allowing me to. Like, I have my Thunderbolts review ready to go, my Lilo and Stitch, but they're not letting me upload it. I don't know if it's because I'm using footage from the film or whatever, but it's like really, really weird. The app's being really weird. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care and peace.